What's up, gamers? We are back with another demo, and I am very, very proud to show this off. I've been playing this for about a week. Super duper hyped about this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's demo Shadowverse. Yes, this is basically a card game similar to Hearthstone, except it has its own little mechanics in between, and there's actually more focus on solo play, so you're not necessarily focused on playing multiplayer nearly as often. So this is really, really, really cool. Each character that you can use has their own story. The story is actually intertwined, which is really, really cool. I like how they did that. Now, typically, you don't play a card game for its story, but the fact that it actually has a decent story setup for each character and how they combine it just makes it 10 times better, because this is something that you normally don't get out of a mobile game. It's a decent story, so I'm really digging it. But as a card game, this is so good, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play part of the solo missions, and I'm not sure if I'm going to win or not, because I'm actually, this is a kind of a tough area that I'm in, but it's really, really cool. You got to check this out. So I may be quiet through some of this, since there's going to be a little bit of voice dialogue, things like that. So hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk where it's needed. As you can tell, I've already cleared one of them so far, but I'm digging this guy right now.
All right, preparations are complete. Commence battle from counter-dragon formations. Yes, sir. You feel that, Commander? The earth and the air are shaking. It's coming. Dragon incoming! Arriving in 3, 2, 1. We got contact! Enough of you! I shall return you to the dust whence you came! The dragon's on us! Squad 1, advance! Yes, sir! Rear guard, commence invocations. Prioritize support spells. The offensive spells can wait. Keep up the defense and healing. I've never seen power like this. Looks like this thing's not playing around. Yeah, and neither am I. Our reinforcements are coming. It's just a matter of holding out until then.
So they actually have some voice acting, a little bit of a story. Like I said, it's really legit. Now it's time for the game itself. Now I'm no expert at this, so I'm probably gonna lose potentially.
You are
You know,
getting
it's
near
okay
the
if I lose.
capital.
So you'll probably notice that each card has two different sides, a whatever it is, and then it has a side where it flips. Basically, you get to be able to evolve certain cards at certain turns. You'll see in a while.
May the forest be at peace. I'm gonna pummel ya. Hey, let's play. I know but one
See, they're currently evolving, which makes the card, stronger or better abilities.
Oppose me and burn. I shall strike you. That was fun. Oppose me and burn. Away with you worms. Whatever it takes to prevail. Stop!
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
Sure, you're strong, but I won't give up.
Well, I told you I might lose, so that's okay. Like I said, this is more for just demo purposes, but the game's still pretty cool. Just cancel that for now, and we'll kind of, check out some other things in the game. But yeah, I mean that's basically part of the solo mode. You get to play through a story. Each time you win, you get a prize. The prize is usually on the bottom left, which my head was covering up. So you'll know what prize you're gonna get if you win in that particular section. When I first started playing this game, I think just for clearing the tutorial, I got 10 free packs of all of the newest sets that would be considered standard. I think it's like 3 or 4 sets that they have that are considered rotation, I believe is what they call it here. So the fact that I was able to get about 30, 40 free packs just for playing the game is amazing. So if you want a game that's not so focused on you having to constantly buy packs, I think this is probably going to be the one for you. Not only does the game, give you lots of freebies, but it actually teaches you how to play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to start a new campaign with someone that I haven't done. We'll try this guy for example, so you can see why what I mean. But it actually the game teaches you how to play each character, so you have an idea. On the bottom left, will show you what your reward is. So once I do this, I get this card. It tells you what it does. The top left is how much it costs. The description tells you what it does. So let's see the tutorial here. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, guys. I was like, why isn't it doing anything? It always starts with this saying each time you start a new story with the third person. So this will always be the same in the beginning.
Time to battle. This castle is crumbling. How long has it been? State your business at once.
Urias Formond.
I am no other.
You're awake. Those beasts are under your command.
Excuse me?
Don't play innocent. As an enemy of the crown, you must die.
Ha!
You know me, I love that anime over dramatic acting kind of thing, so this is right up my alley.
Prepare for defeat.
You must die!
So now the game will teach you how to do the mechanics based on the character that you're doing the tutorial with. So in this case, they have what's called Vengeance for the class Bloodcraft. So basically, Vengeance is an ability that will activate when your leader is at 10 defense or less. Your defense is basically your life points. So it's telling me what to do for the sake of, the game. So basically, it's kind of telling us, what to do, what not to do, when to do it. It's probably going to be a spell that's going to put my life points down so that I can use the cards correctly.
Take that! Wait, that's it?
So we use Demonic Storm to finish him off, hit everybody. Now Vengeance is active because your defense is less than 11. So now we're going to play Dark General. Dark General says, Fanfare gain Storm if Vengeance is active for you. Now, when you're looking at what a card does, if you tap on the card, the words that are in bold, which are a lot of the mechanics, it'll tell you what each, thing means. So, for example, if I tap on Storm, it'll actually tell me Storm followers have the Storm can attack on the same turn that they're played. And then it even tells you any other abilities that are attached to whatever card you're trying to play. Fanfare, for example, is it activates when the card comes into play. And of course, we already discussed what Vengeance was. So now I get to play this person. Because my life points is 10 and less, this person gains an ability, which in this case would be considered haste, or just being able to attack at the same turn. So I can attack and win.
I'm sorry,
Boom.
Princess.
Done. And ideally, what you want to do is you want to play those solo adventures for each character to see what they all do to kind of determine what your play style is. Once you determine which one you like the best, you can then actually start, building decks based on your favorites and then maybe play, against other people or play casual, play your friends. So at this point, when you first start, it already has a set of cards. Hold on. Story time.
Be proud, warrior. You fought well. Ha!
Ah! I should have foreseen this.
I beg your pardon. My hours have been stolen. And so I must spend them with great care.
Urias, wait!
Is this? May we meet again?
So once you're actually done with the first stage, at this point you can either play the deck that's pre-built or you can go and actually build the decks yourself. So at this point, I'm not gonna go through the deck building process. That's something that you can learn. However, one thing that I do want to show you that's gonna help you in deck building is they actually have on the shop some pre-built decks that you can buy. So if you go to shop and go to buy cards and go buy pre-built decks, what you can do is you can kind of look through. Now they have it basically done by different sets. I would recommend kind of looking at the most recent one because those are going to have more cards that are considered rotation, which means legal and standard. Wild would be considered playing any card, and solo or rotation is like limited for what you could play. So what you could do is you go to set three, for example, since that's the newest one. I could tap on this box and then view deck, and this will show every single card that you would get if you were to buy this deck. Now, you don't necessarily have to buy the deck. You can just look at the cards here and then just, if you already have the cards, just build the deck yourself. Or you can create certain cards you don't have and build your own version of what's here. And you can tap on each card and you'll be able to see what they do. And remember, if a card's bold, like Last Words or Fairy, you can tap on the words and it tells you what they do. Last Words effects activate when a card is destroyed. And then if it tells you that, put a fairy in your hand or a certain type of creature, you tap on that and it'll tell you what the creature is. The one costs 1 1. One, the first number is the attack, the second number is its, how much damage it can take, its defense, so on and so forth. So, this game is really, really cool. And like I said, you can tap on all these extra cards, see what they do. Some are creatures, some are spells, really, really, really solid game. So this is a good way to help you in deck building. You can look at these decks and get kind of an idea of how you should play it. So you go to the solo missions to learn how to play the mechanics, and then you go to the deck builder to either just buy the deck or just get inspiration on ideas and how to build the deck in general. How is the deck supposed to flow? Things like that. So, and then of course you can just buy cards. Well, actually, what you can do, yeah, buy packs. Yeah, I meant to say packs, not cards. And then at this point, you can go through. You can buy it with tickets, rubies, or crystals, depending on what you have, and you could buy whatever set you want. Now, when I first started this, which was about a week ago, I got 10 of this pack, and I believe this pack and this pack, all for free. So those four packs, I got 10, and basically they gave me 10 tickets of each of these packs, and I was able to get a bunch of packs. So I don't know if they're still doing it for newcomers, but if they are, that's great. It's a good way to get people started. You might be able to build a decent deck off of these packs that you get. I mean, 40 free packs is a lot. 40 is a huge number. Being that I'm always been in the trading card games in general, I know that like packs, you need lots of packs typically to get what you want. Now, of course, you can also create cards as well. So if I were to go to cards, I think that I could just pick what I want and then craft it. So if I tap on this, yeah, where it says create on the bottom right, I can hit create. It tells me what it costs to do, so I need 50 vials, which I have more than enough, so I could buy this card if I wanted to, or I could do a liquefy, which basically means that I have access of a card, so I want to get rid of it to get some vials. So I tap on liquefy, and then I'll get some vials back that I could use to maybe create another card later on. So you can definitely create cards, and they also have two types of cards. They have cards with. Let me see if I can show you an example here. There are cards that have two different types. Like for example, this card right here has kind of. I move my little chat bubble. Has a little dragon breathing, right? That's kind of a full motion card, whereas most cards don't have any motion. I'm trying to see if I can find a card that. Oh, I know why. Because I'm actually looking at someone else's deck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to cards real quick and go to my deck. Rotation, of course, is what's considered the newest stuff. I'm gonna go to my Dragon Craft, which is one of my favorites so far. I'm gonna go to edit deck so you can see the difference between how some cards can look. And basically, it's just a matter of value. So if you look on this row that I'm moving here, there's a card right here, Draconic Fervor. Well, that's the regular version of the card, and if you tap to the right of it, there's another one that's kind of a full action, full art kind of card. I don't know exactly what they call it here, but it's a type of foil, if you will. Basically, this means a more valuable version of that card. It's like a full motion card or whatever. So there you go. I was lucky enough to pull it. It's kind of one of those things. It's pretty cool when you can get one. I'm sure you can create it as well. But either way, That's pretty much a good start on how this game works. Again, really, really solid game. I mean, it's to the point right now where I completely just dropped Hearthstone and I'm playing this. Now, don't get me wrong, Hearthstone is still a good game. I mean, they finally actually added a solo play mode, which is really, really cool with the newest thing that they did. But I kind of feel like it's too late because with this game, I mean, it's already pre-built in a decent solo, mode for 8 different characters who has a decent story and their stories intertwined. I always like that kind of stuff. It's really, really, really cool. So if you don't care about story, it's a good card game. Really, really solid card game. Giving out free packs, which is great. Just lots of fun. You can either play by yourself against a computer, or you can play against other people. It's your choice. Of course, you're strongly encouraged to play against other people to get rewards if you can win. So that's where we're at here. So I've been really addicted to this game. Um, there's certain games I even stopped playing altogether just because I enjoy this game so much. So it's kind of one of those things. I'm not really playing arena against people or nothing like that yet. I think I did like a drafting one time, and that was it. But for the most part, I'm just enjoying the solo missions. And then once I'm done completing them all, then I might build like a better deck and try my hand at arena against other players to get good rank. We'll see what happens. And if I ever start streaming one day, I may even try streaming this game. Who knows? But that's going to be in a late, late future when I probably have better equipment. But we'll see. If you think that streaming might be a good idea for me, let me know. Because if it's not something that the audience is gonna want, then I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? But if you think that streaming, maybe this game or some of the other games I put on my videos, leave a comment and let me know. I mean, I'd like to know your feedback, and maybe sometime in the future I could also stream on top of making YouTube videos. We'll see what happens. All right, well, I'm done with this right here. You guys take it easy.